It's a little messy out here right now, folks.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a bucket in this one.
Possibly a touch of hyperbole in that. We're only 2 minutes in, but nobody's been close to scoring so far.
Not yet.
Warzeka walks it up for the Thunder. And Bowman slides to his right. Drops it to Jones. Drives towards the baseline. Doesn't find a whole lot of room to operate. All the way around to the left to Geller. Geller up top. Warzeka bounces it to Bowman. He bounces it inside. And Geller will work against Rake. Little head fake. Spins right across the chin of Rake and then kicks it back out. A little off balance try, and that's good for Warzeka. Probably the toughest shot we've seen attempted tonight is the one that goes in. And now a travel at the Alma end as Rake doesn't quite get his feet set before he takes the entry pass. Substitution for Trine. Jones will take a seat. And Hayden Jones comes in. So it's a Jones for Jones exchange. And Trine plays on with a 2-0 lead. Warzeka through Williams, over to Hayden Jones. And they'll swing it around the right side, bounce it into Warzeka. Now to Geller for a free throw line jumper, bounces around on the rim and gets pulled down by Bargesser for Alma. Bargesser hands off to Cliver over to Whiteside in front of the Trine bench, bounces it into the corner to Miskey, extra pass. A great anticipation by Williams, who almost completed a steal. His momentum pulls him across the baseline before he can get it out of his fingers. But that pass looked like it had success written all over it, and all of a sudden, Bryce Williams was there. Miskey on his tiptoes trying to find somebody to pass it to. Rake takes it, drives along the baseline, collides with two Trine players, and eventually has the ball knocked off of himself out of bounds. That's Emmanuel Manonglo out of Benin, West African country that you find between Togo and Nigeria.
Well done.
Big addition to this program. MIAA blocks leader right now. Saw a Bowman interview that talked about the learning curve that Manonglo's been on since joining the team, and that he picks stuff up extremely quickly, and he's got an early 2 right there, 4-0 Trine. Bargesser for Alma, off to Whiteside. Landon Moore-Pierce getting ready to check in. Ball goes into the hands of Miskey, and now around to Rake, who does not hand to Cliver. Thought about it, went to Whiteside instead. A one-footed floater, no good. Rebounded Bargesser. He'll try a fall away in the lane, and Xavier's got that one.
Finally, the first 2 for the Scots.
4-2, about 4 minutes into this one. 16-10 to play first half. Bowman from the top of the key for Trine. Bounced inside to Manonglo, working against Rake, and he traveled with it, lost his pivot foot there on a little bit of a pump.
Yeah, he knew it right away, too.
Moore-Pierce comes in, had 6 points on Wednesday against Hope. Nice shift from Miskey. Set a new career high himself on Wednesday with 5, along with 4 boards. 4-2 Trine as Moore-Pierce brings it up. He slide it over to Cliver, and now Bargesser in front of Trine's bench. Bargesser crosses over, gets towards the baseline, scoops it out. And inside goes Whiteside, and all the way back over onto the left to Bargesser. Drives in, blocked away by Manonglo. That's how he leads the conference in blocks, and the rebound loose and almost stripped away by Williams. Still loose. Who's going to get there? It's like a rodeo.
And eventually, is what it's going to be.
You're exactly right.
Nobody's going to get it.
The shot clock wins.
That ball was loose for a good 10 seconds.
Looked like the pig scramble at the fair. Trine basketball off of Elma's shot clock violation. They lead 4-2 here in the early going. Hayden Jones brings it up, pass barely gets through to Bowman, almost taken away. He's swinging around left to the three-point expert Williams. Now all the way around and a bounce pass inside to Manonglo, and he traveled again, same play. And Rake just standing his ground. And if the big man wants to make that post move, he's got to put it on the floor first.
We'll see if he has easier going as Poling checks in for Rake.
Alma gets an inch taller, but not quite as big as Poling enters at 6'9", Rake 6'8". Bargesser brings it up for the Scots. Gabe Bordeaux also in there. He slides along the baseline, rifles it back out. A wide open Cliver for 3, and he's got it.
Can't leave him open. I mean, it was a tough pass from Bordeaux to get it to him, but
Once it was there, you could pretty much put the points on the board. Alma leads 5-4 off Clivers make their first advantage of the game. Connor Jones off the dribble in, gets handcuffed by Bargesser, who claims that he knocked the ball off of Jones. Jones' head kind of snapped back like maybe he'd gotten hit, but maybe the ball was what hit him. I don't know.
Hard to say. More subs for both teams.
Here comes Williamson into the action for Bargesser. And we see the first appearance of Brent Cox, the all-MIAA product. Bowman drives in, misses a layup. Rebound tipped around and knocked out of bounds by Poling, I think. Yes.
Yep. Good shot block from Bordeaux there.
Alma will be pleased, though, to have held the MIAA's leading scorer scoreless for almost 5.5 minutes to start this game. Bowman will bounce it inside, spinning Geller, trying to work against Poling, goes back to the left, and Jack denies that, forces a very tough try, an offensive rebound, though. The putback, that won't fall either. And Cliver climbs the ladder to pull that rebound away from Poling and takes off on the run. Cliver stutter step dribble, goes behind his back, tucks it away, and Bowman strips him. Uncontested, Bowman comes in, he can throw it down, and he will. They talk about that. He said, as long as my legs are good, I got the ups to do it. And Trine back on top, 6-5 off the Bowman dunk. We'll pause with a timeout. Back right after this. Trine 6, Alma 5, 14:09 to play in the first half. Alma won the matchup between these squads back in mid-January down in Angola, 57-55. Thunder trying to return the favor. They've climbed up into third in the MIAA standings at 6-3 in conference play. But after an undefeated run last year, not really what they were looking for. They're going to have to get it done in the MIAA tournament as Alma turns it over along the baseline.
Well, team's kind of going back and forth at it right now with some slop.
7 Alma turnovers already.
That's a lot.
It is. And
yet they trail by 1.
Yeah, 6 minutes of play, 7 turnovers to show for it. Orzeka for Trine, and now a foul underneath. And Cliver, I think, is on the receiving end of this whistle. Battling down there with Connor Jones.
Ryan Clark doesn't like it.
Nate Diamond checks in for Alma from Jennison. Diamond hit a crucial 3 left, wide open late in the game against Hope as Alma almost rallied from a 10-point deficit late. Had their chances, but for a questionable non-call on a possible travel by Evan Thomas. And speaking of people falling on the floor, it's Geller who slips against Poling, keeps his dribble alive though. Trine possession goes on inside, and the second effort is good for Brent Cox.
Scott's got to get raked back in there. They can't get a rebound right now.
8-5 Trine. Diamond trapped along the baseline. What a pass to keep that alive, and it sets up more Pierce for an open 3.
Oh,
and he buries it.
That's a big sequence right there.
That pass, it didn't go behind the stanchion, but it felt like it was about that deep. It felt like when you see a tennis player hit it around the end of the net. What a job by Diamond. And more Pierce ties it up at 8. Inside, Cox, little hook shot partially blocked by Williamson. Great defense there by Isaiah. More Pierce for Alma, who just hit the triple. Going to try to return the favor, feeding Diamond, and it's back-to-back threes for the Scots.
Diamond can light it up in a hurry.
Shooting nearly 36% from 3 on the year, averages just under 5 a game. Alma with the 11-8 lead. Aiden Jones up top. Cox thought about a 3, decided he didn't want it. Back to Jones, now scooped to Warzeka. Drives, gets between a couple of Scots, draws the foul as Bordeaux reaches across. Warzeka will shoot a couple. One of a couple of Michigan natives on this Trine roster. Trine, of course, formerly known as Tri-State, and their roster reflects that. Indiana, Michigan, Ohio making up the bulk of the group. And Warzeka knocks down the first. Multiple substitutions, 3
Yes.
Thunder players head to the bench. Bowman comes back, Williams comes back, and we see our first appearance from Grant Paul, 6'3" freshman out of Sylvania, Ohio. Warzeka now looks for the second free throw and converts.
Yeah, Coach Miller's been cycling him in and out so far.
4 for Aiden Warzeka. That leads the way for the Thunder. They trail Alma 11-10 here. 12:20 to play in the first quarter. A scoop from Moore Pearson. I don't think Poling was ready for it. Does a good job to keep it in bounds. Now goes to Moore Pierce, who fakes a pass, triggers a 3, and had it halfway down. Just finds its way back out and into the hands of Bowman from Trine. Now Paul over to Bowman. And swung around to the right. Warzeka looks for the Conference Player of the Year, can't find it. Over to the left, Williams with it. Quick dribble, now Cox, top of the key, 3 long on that high bounce, and everybody pushing and shoving on the rebound. Looks like an Alma foul here. Wait and see, now the official's gonna conference on this. We'll make sure. I think they're trying to determine where the inbound is gonna go, yeah. I think that was a question about whether it would be a sideline or baseline feed for Trine. It will be under their basket with Warzeka handling it. 11:48 to play first half, 11-10 Alma. Williams inside to Cox, Rake returns, defends, and a nice little baby bounce off the back of the rim gives Cox the deuce. 12-11, Trine back into the lead. Moore Pierce goes between his legs, now in trouble in the corner. Just bounces it around the legs of Cox. Dropped from Rake over to Williamson, and the finger roll up and in.
Coach Clark talked about that at the coaches show on Thursday. Rake's ability to pass out of the post now, and that's one right there.
Rake averaging an assist per game as the primary big man for the Scots. Here's Williams for 3 at the Trine end, in and out, no good. Alma by 1, 13-12. Moore Pierce drops it to Williamson. Big pass into the corner, and Diamond has it knocked away by Warzeka. Alma gets this back. Warzeka thought he knocked that right off of Diamond, but apparently did not.
I thought Warzeka fouled him.
Mononglo returns.
This is a very difficult place to inbounds from right here.
Right.
Watch for a turnover.
With a folding chair right behind you and the long arms of Mononglo in front, and the Scots indeed struggle with it as Williams knocks it out of bounds. That at least allows Moore Pierce to move a few feet up the sideline.
Still not easy, but.
No, but at least you got both directions to go. You can go right or left, force Mononglo to defend both directions, and that allows him to get it in to Rake. 10:57 left in the first half. Moore Pierce off the dribble to the baseline, double team, gets under the basket. Thought he had
needed to take one more step.
Instead, he kicks it out to Whiteside. Now Williamson open 3-point look with 5 on the shot clock, bounces off long, and the rebound to Grant Paul. Trine down by 1 in a back and forth first half, but not a lot of scoring. Warzeka pushes it to the right. Bowman drives, gets past Whiteside. Good defensive seal by Williamson, but that leaves Paul open in the corner. Bodies everywhere on the rebound, and last man standing. Rake gets the rebound, but now a turnover intercepted by Mononglo. Up to Bowman, and he lays it up and in with a late foul from Moore Pierce.
Moore Pierce, massive indecision right there on whether he wanted to foul him or just let him go.
Yep, and ended up in the no man's land where you commit the foul and the basket is good. And that's what Nick Bowman can do to you. And honestly, Jeff, you know what I think the motivating factor that was is Bowman's dunk from earlier, because he was thinking about trying to go one-handed on that. And I don't think Moore Pierce wanted to give up 2 dunks in his home gym in the first half and decided to give just enough contact, but he was too late to give enough to deny the buckets. Bowman hits from the line, give him 5. He'll sub out as Connor Jones subs in. Trine back on top, 15-13. All set up by the Mononglo steal. Miskey back in there for Alma. And he'll take over at the point for Moore Pierce. Whiteside on the wing, looking for a way to get it to Rake, and Brandon sort of double teamed and bracketed. Now they'll bounce it to him up in the high post. Goes cross court, pass tipped with Bargesser, gets to it, passes it back to Rake. Now up top, Cliver. Scots cycle it all the way into the left corner to Miskey with 4 on the shot clock. Miskey drives in, no place to shoot.
No
He's
chance.
just surrounded, and he throws it. They're going to avoid the turnover, courtesy, well, the sprint out turnover, shall I say, because of the shot clock violation. That actually helps Alma, because otherwise Trine was on the move there as Hayden Jones had stolen the last-ditch pass attempt. Nonetheless, Trine ball up by 2, 9:40 to play first half. Mononglo passes it left from the top of the key. Through Hayden Jones, Connor Jones, and now Warzeka. He'll drive into the hands of two Scots, trying to rip the ball away, and a foul call. Gonna be Miskey, I think.
Sure.
Looked like he had a lot of the ball from up here, but it's Miskey's first 6th Alma team foul, so both teams will, Alma will be in the bonus. Trine only with 1 foul. Inside Warzeka from the elbow, puts it on the floor, jump stop underneath the basket. Nobody really gets in his way, so he just lays it up and in. 6 in the first half now for Aiden Warzeka. He's hit 16 twice this season. That's his high. 6 quick ones in the first part of the first half. Now an off the dribble foul on Connor Jones against Trine. Officials calling it pretty tightly here.
That they are.
Stops the clock with 9:09 to play in the first half, and Trine leading by 4, 17-13. Cole Miskey for Alma. Off the dribble, gets past Connor Jones, but then picks it up and feeds Whiteside in the corner instead. He draws a double team. Goes to Bargesser, cross court. Hard pass, a tough catch for Miskey, and he can't pull it in. Loose ball snared by Hayden Jones, who heads the other way. Nice pass through traffic, and Rake comes across. Fouls Mononglo, according to the whistle. There was a lot of ball on that from Brandon Rake, and that sort of wistful look to the officiating crew, I think, is Brandon subtly saying, I think I got that one.
That one looked pretty good to me.
It's Rake's first. Mononglo has struggled a little bit at the line, just below 50% this year. Squares and fires and banks it home.
The bank was open for Mononglo.
6'8" sophomore, goes by Emmanuel, that's actually his middle name. Started a couple games along the way, season high of 12 against Concordia. And second foul shot coming up. Trine leads by 5, that's their biggest lead of the night. And this one bounces away to the right into the hands of Bordeaux. Alma with it, but down by 5. 8:45 to play in the first half. Well, Cliver will bring it up this time. Pauses just as he crosses half court. Picked up defensively by Hayden Jones, scrubbed off by a Rake screen. Scoop to Bordeaux, now Bargesser in front of the Trine bench. He'll spin along the baseline, pull it back out. Whiteside works against Paul, drops it underneath. Cliver goes all the way under the basket,
wow!
And then high off the window.
That was incredible.
That ball was 12 and a half feet up in the air off the glass. And Alma within 3 at 18-15. Ball inside to Bowman, follow away jumper, front of the rim, rolls around, won't go. 3 Scots underneath to rebound. Bordeaux is the lucky winner. And a travel call on Cliver. Apparently landed with his feet separated on the jump stop.
Yeah, that's what, it was an awkward one, and it was actually a little bit behind my computer screen too, so I had to pop up because I could tell it was awkward.
Well, it's interesting. That's also a situation where you can get called for over and back.
That's what I thought the call was going to be.
If your feet land with a front court foot followed by a back court foot rather than simultaneously.
I think he moved the foot to avoid exactly what you're talking about.
Could very well be. Instead, or any way you look at it, it's another Alma turnover, though, and there have been a host of them. Double digits already here in the first half. Trine leads by 3. Ryan Preston out of Fort Wayne in for the Thunder now. Nick Bowman, who Alma has largely neutralized by his standards, at least in the first half, drops it off to Hayden Jones, who tosses a 3-ball way too long, and Alma comes away with it. Cliver, some fancy dribbling. Trine switches defensively. Cox on him now. Cliver tapping the chin to call out the play. Goes to Bordeaux. Drives in, kind of finger rolls the ball to himself, and his pass tipped away, stolen by Geller. 3-on-3 the other direction. Geller doesn't like those numbers, holds it up, waits for Bowman. Now driving in and running out of room is Preston, and he ends up hard on his back.
It's going to be 2 on Rake.
Foul, and you are correct.
Rake was a little slow to get turned around on the defensive help. he was watching somebody flash through the lane, I think, and ended up having to foul him pretty hard at the end of the day.
Yep. So Rake with his second. Rake's done good work with the lack of foul trouble, shall we say.
Yeah.
Kept himself in for as many minutes as possible in recent games, but he will have to sit down with 2 now, 7-11 to play in the first half. Now a timeout on the floor. We'll pause. Trine by 3, 18-15. We'll be back. Trine by 3 as we come out of the timeout here at Alma College. The Trine women, ranked number 2 in the country, already got a win earlier today against Sammy Stormont Scots. And Preston now at the line to shoot a pair. And the first one up and good. Quiet season for Preston, the freshman in the scoring department. Just a little over half a point per game in 12 appearances.
Well, he's well eclipsed his season average then.
Now 2 with both at the line, a marketing major on the president's list.
It's impressive stuff for a freshman.
3.75 or above. It's a strong Trine program academically, a whole team with a 3.3 average or better. Once again, something that Brooks Miller's taken a lot of pride in. Of course, academics really important for the Scots program as well. Scots with it, inside Poling, spinning jumper along the baseline, kind of lost his spacing there and came up short on that, did Poling. Warzeka back for Trine. Trine leads by 5, matching their biggest advantage. Bowman on the left wing, kicks it out to Warzeka, leaning backwards with 14 on the shot clock. Now bounced inside to Geller, trying to back it down with a height advantage against Cliver, but he shoots it a bit too strong. Poland gets the rebound and nearly outlets directly to Bowman, who is on the other team.
I was worried for just a split second.
Jack put the glue on, though, before it got out of his hands. Whiteside for 3, won't fall. Back the other way comes Aiden Warzeka. Bounce pass inside, double clutch, and a foul on Poling, denying Cox. And that's the recipe that Alma wants if they're going to give the foul. Make sure the bucket has no chance of going in. It's Poling's first. Cox, a 71% foul shooter. Season high of just 15 for Cox, his career high 23. As part of that first team All-MIAA selection last year. Misses on his first foul shot. Connor Jones back in. Geller sits down. Bryce Williams returns for Trine as well. Diamond back for Whiteside on the Alma end of things. Alma has totally neutralized Williams so far.
Well, he's got 5. He's been on the bench for a while.
No, Bowman's got 5.
Bowman's got 5.
Williams
You're right.
has got nothing.
There you go.
Williams, the second leading scorer for Trine, held scoreless. The MIAA's 3-point leader. Second free throw from Cox was good. 21-15 now. Trine by 6.
Defensively, Scots have been fine. It's the offense they haven't been able to get much going because they've turned her over 12 times thus far.
Well, keep in mind that Albion only scored 37 against Trine, and that's not a first half number. That was a full game. Bordeaux to the right baseline for the Scots. Windmill slings it out to Diamond. They swing it all the way back around now into Williamson against Mononglo. Same pass back out. Diamond fakes a reversal pass, now puts it on the dribble that direction. Off balance try with 1 on the shot clock. Oh, that's interesting in that they called a shot clock violation. Mononglo caught that and then just started walking.
He did.
If he had that before the shot clock went off, that would have been a travel.
Close. It was close too, yeah.
He was clearly aware of the situation, but the timing was very, very close. Trine with it, they'll enter it to Mononglo, steps right, baby hook over the top of Poland. Wow, what a shot that was.
I'm not sure what you do to stop that.
No.
That's impressive stuff from Mononglo there.
Stand there and watch, I think. That's 5 for Mononglo. Bowman with the reach.
Thought he got all ball, I think.
head to the bench. Just one foul, though, 5-13. This will be more of a breather than anything else and may not last very long. Alma's going to go back to Rake with the 2 fouls at the next stoppage. Bordeaux, cross-court skip pass, leaves Diamond wide open for a corner 3. Thought he had it.
Oh, boy.
Just planks away. And Warzeka grabs it for Trine, scoops it out. Williams pump fake, drives in. Oh, might have shuffled the feet, but he turns it over anyway on a bounce pass to 3-on-2 for Alma. Diamond across, Poling makes the catch and lays it in. What's
They're going to count it in the foul.
I'm not sure where the foul came from.
I have no idea where the foul came from because Poling was tapping that sucker to himself to try to get it up. Tapped it twice and put it off the window all in one motion.
Yeah, I wondered if
I thought it was going to be travel, didn't you?
That's what I expected, too. I thought it should be nothing. I thought it should be a basket. But once the whistle blew, my next thought was travel, but it is instead a foul against Mononglo.
It was an athletic play by Poling to get that ball in the bucket.
And Poling, who's shooting over 80% from the line, calmly converts the free throw for the 3-point play. And Alma closes down back within 5 with 4:49 to play. First half action here, men's basketball on a Saturday afternoon on 104.9 WQBX and streaming on WQBX.biz and through almascots.com. Nick Bowman for Trine with a 5-point lead. Off to Aiden Warzeka. And now into the corner for Hayden Jones. All the way back around through Mononglo to Bowman. Sets a little screen and Bowman surges inside it. Williamson gets a hand in his face though and the shot bounces away. Alma comes out of there with it. Diamond finds Bordeaux trailing. Now over to Cliver. Cliver thought about the long 3. He'll pass it around instead. Little juke fake from Williamson. Cross-court Diamond. Quick kick out to Bordeaux. Inside, back outside. And Diamond drives underneath as Mononglo went for the shot block. Scott's moving the ball like the Globetrotters here, and it results in a Cliver triple.
Wow, what a possession from the Scots.
Count the number of passes on that one, folks, and Alma's within 2. Warzeka for Trine, keeping that left toe glued to the ground as a pivot foot. Over to Jones, bounced onto the baseline. Bowman, little head fake up, blocked by Bordeaux. Clean block that time. And Alma with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Scott's feeling a little momentum all of a sudden here.
Down to Rake, has it stripped away, but on the baseline is Jones. Almost got out of there.
Ooh, that was close.
Nonetheless, I think Jones looked back dreading a foul call.
Oh, I think he did too.
Which would have been undeserved, but he just got his toe on the baseline. Alma ball shot clock at 20. And
gotta let it go.
Diamond realized I'm not trying to catch that one here.
No, he would have been climbing the ladder and going the wrong direction for sure.
Just lets it go over his head into the backcourt, and Scotts will set this back up again. Moore Pierce for 3. Contested triple for Moore Pierce, and he's got his second of the game. The Scots lead 24-23.
What a little run here for Alma. 6-0.
9-0, I believe. I think they got this to 23-15, did they not?
Yeah, I think
Inside
you're right.
Mononglo rotates and ends that run with a nice bucket over the top of Ray.
He's going to be a good one.
Just a sophomore. Moore Pierce off balance, 2-point try, and that's good.
When he starts to feel it a little bit, he'll start to shoot quickly early in the shot clock.
Averages 7.2, but he got to 18 against Kalamazoo. He can fill it up. Off the dribble, Warzeka against Bargesser. Kicks it back out. Williams, his first 3-point attempt of the game, and it's
Bingo.
money.
Beauty.
It's only a matter of time. And Bryce Williams puts Trine back on top, 28-26.
Oh, what a nice answer to stop the run right there.
Cliver,
and another.
Pass out, stripped away. Williams going to try again, goes inside, slides the shoulder inside Bargesser and gets the layup. Not where I expected Williams to go, but very effective. And Trine back to a 4-point lead. Flurry of offense by the standards of this game.
Yes, I'm almost on the edge of my seat. 2/3 of the way there.
Okay, all right. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the front 2/3. Break to Cliver as we go under 2 minutes to play in the half. Cliver, a contested 3 from way deep with Jones in his face. The ball loose. I think Cliver was expecting a foul there. That was going to be awfully difficult to make, and the result was predictable. Trine gets it back, up by 4 with their mini run. Mononglo doesn't want a top of the key 3, thought about it instead, cuts to the basket.
Oh, he missed the dunk.
Missed the dunk. And then Rake gets raked himself on the rebound. Mononglo called for the foul.
He tried to just gentle dunk it, and it must have slipped out of his hand.
I think so. You could see the frustration on his face. His teammate's right there to pick him up as he's going to sit down. But, and of course, you end up with the insult to injury foul on that situation.
Yeah.
After your missed dunk, Rake gets in there and gets fouled on the rebound. Just the 5th Trine team foul, though, so not shots. Scott's ball down 4, 1:30 to play in the half. More Pierce to Poling. Bordeaux, nifty behind the back move. Trine switches defensively. Look at Bordeaux through traffic and draw the foul.
Very nice. Still not a shooting situation for the Scots, but
getting closer. You don't necessarily think of Bordeaux first when you think of the Scots' best ball handlers, but he took on all comers there and drew that whistle. Bordeaux out of Alma. And then a kick on the inbounds play as we'll try this all again. Bordeaux had a great game against Trine in the first matchup, 11 points and 3 assists, and doing more good work tonight. Or this afternoon, I suppose. Inbounds pass goes to Bordeaux, who feeds Bargesser, 3-point look, in and out. Poling there for the rebound, and the putback's good.
Good offensive glass and finish from Poling.
5 for Jack, Alma within 2. 30-28, 1:05 to play first half. Williams on the right side, just in front of the Alma bench, through Hayden Jones, now to Connor Jones. Bowman will work along the baseline against Whiteside. Ball poked loose, stolen by Bargesser. Goes behind the back to Moore Pierce, a 2-on-1 across to Poling. Layup, got it, and the foul!
Poling has these moments where he just starts to take over.
Boy, that is exactly right for Poling. You think about what he did against Olivet, where he scored 8 just like that. Now in a tie game, it's Trine that wants to get to the locker room before this gets out of hand.
What a ball game here.
Alma's going to bring Cliver back in for more Pierce. See if maybe Cole could add an exclamation point in the final minute. Cliver's got 8, Poling looking for his 8th right now. More Pierce 8 as well. Crazy 8s for the Scots, and they lead 31-30. Zeka for Trine, who can try to go 2 for 1 if they want to fire fairly early in the shot clock here. 40 seconds at the moment. Cox underneath. Jones can't get it to him. They'll swing it around the perimeter, now find Bowman. Crosses over against Whiteside, now passes it out. Williams steps into a 3, doesn't want it. Now Bowman tries the 3, that clanks away. Offensive rebound, now the shot clock off. Williams, pump fake, slides left, 3-point try, got it. He's got 2 here.
So good.
And just like that, from 0 points to 8 for Bryce Williams. Trine leads by 2, 13 seconds left in the half. Cole Cliver will run the play for the end of the half. Goes to his left, looking for some help. Drops it off, Bargesser, deep 3 with 4 seconds to go, rolling around on the rim. Rebounded by Trine, where Zeka can't get anything off at the buzzer. Trine leads by 2 at the half, but the Scots with some fight against the team that went 17-1 a season ago. 15 minutes on the halftime clock. We'll pause, be back with the Pizza One halftime report a few minutes from now. Alma within 2 at the break. Jeff, quite a first half here at the Art Smith Arena as we welcome folks into the Pizza One halftime report. Trine leading Alma 33-31, which is not a high-scoring half by any stretch of the imagination. It's below both teams' season averages, but it doesn't reflect how much of a defensive slugfest this was till the final maybe 3 minutes of the half. Alma finishes the half with 15 turnovers. And we talked about Trine forcing 30 from Olivet earlier this year. Well, they're on that pace again. And frankly, no small feat from the Scots to be only 2 points down in a game where they've turned it over 15 times.
It's stunning, frankly, to be only down by 2 when you've turned it over 15 times. But they've played well defensively and gotten some nice offensive contributions from Cliver, Poling, and Moore Pierce. And that's how they've stayed in the ball game. A nice little flurry there late in the half. And we're set for an exciting second half.
Yeah, 8 across the board for those 3 guys that Jeff just mentioned. And overall, a good shooting half for Alma, and that's something that's probably going to have to continue. They shoot 12 of 24 from the floor, and more importantly, make 5 3-pointers. Attempted 13, so that's 38%. Scots have really helped themselves in the 3-point shooting department as of late. If you take a look in their last 2 games, 36% from 3 and then 38% in the first half after shooting actually below a 30% clip for a substantial period of time early in the season. That's been one of the key points to Alma getting a little bit better, even though they've only got the 1 win against Trine to show for it in this recent stretch.
Right.
I think everybody who's watched the Scots acknowledges that they're a better team than they were back in early January.
Oh, gosh, yes. They're improving and improving and improving, and just got to get over that hump. Especially here at home, they've been in every game at home, and just haven't gotten the victories to show for it. And it's been frustrating for them, I know, and they just keep getting back up off the deck and fighting another day.
So if you're Ryan Clark, where do you turn the focus in the second half? Because the interesting detail that, frankly, I'd missed till right now, Brandon Rake is scoreless.
Yeah, he is.
Rake has not had a single point and really not a lot of chances. Only had 6.7 boards in the first matchup between these squads. If you're Alma, do you try harder to establish Rake, or do you say, okay, maybe that's not there, we'll let Brandon rebound the basketball?
If it's there, take it. If not, just keep going. I mean, he didn't have a single shot attempt in that first half, so but he does lead the team in rebounding.
4 boards and an assist. So
I think at least initially you stick with the status quo. Stick with what you've been doing. It's a great ball game, back and forth, and see, first 10 minutes here, where it stands.
Yeah, you make a good point. That if you were to look in the abstract and say, okay, against Trine, you're 2-15, Trine's 13-7. If you go into halftime down 33-31, is that a sign that things are going well or a sign that things are going poorly? You'd probably say at least pretty well.
I think it's a sign.
Yeah.
I don't think it's positive nor negative. I think you've essentially played to a draw in the first half of basketball.
Right, but from the point of, is that a sign that you should keep doing what you're doing versus try something completely different? Probably you're right.
Keep doing
say,
what you're doing.
This is working for the most part. You got to do it just a little bit better, and cut down on 15 turnovers could be the one piece of the puzzle that's missing. Really.
That's the biggest piece of the puzzle, is cutting down on those turnovers for sure.
Take a look around the MIAA at a few other scores as we count down the final minute of halftime. Calvin all over Olivet, 53-28 at halftime. Albi in a closer battle against Kalamazoo. Of course, Kalamazoo just playing this marathon stretch of games after their 4-game stoppage, trying to get everything in. That's 38-32 there. Our score here, of course, Trine on top of Alma, 33-31. Hope leads Adrian 40-29 as they try to hold on to their grasp at the top of the MIAA standings. Trine got a win in women's basketball earlier against Alma, 83-56 right here at the Art Smith Arena. Calvin over Olivet earlier, 71-36. In women's basketball as well. If you missed the announcement, we teased it on Wednesday because we wanted to wait until it was official, but it is now a done deal. 8 teams into the MIAA tournament in both men's and women's basketball. So the Scots men will make the MIAA tournament. They'll be on the road. The question is where.
Well, nobody wants to play them, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that this is one of those situations where if you got a home game, you might just jockey yourself down if it meant stay away from Alma, as they have put scares into a bunch of teams at the top of the league, including beating Trine. It's Trine basketball as we get underway here in the second half. Nick Bowman, just 5 first half points for the reigning MIAA Player of the Year. Bryce Williams had a slow start but finished with 8, and Mononglo had 7 for the Thunder. Bounce pass inside looking for Geller and not finding anybody other than the back wall. Right into the bleachers on that one, and it's Trine who turns it over to start the second half.
Might have forced it a little bit and didn't get it to skip up very high either.
Now, we mentioned the 3 Scots players with 8. Diamond had 3 and then 2 each from Williamson and Bargesser. That's Alma's 31. Down by 2 as we get underway here in the second half. Brandon Whiteside, averaging 9 a game over his last 6. Hands it off to Miskey, drives in, jump stops, and breaks his own ankles basically.
He does break his own ankles.
Man, that looked like a big roll, but he pops right out of it, and a foul call on Trine.
Kind of got bailed out by the foul call.
I thought so too, because that was...
He was going to travel eventually.
Trine going to go right back to Mononglo.
That was 41 seconds.
19-19 as Trine makes its first substitution. They rolled people in and out thoroughly throughout the first half. Alma inbounds it to Rake, who's double teamed in the corner, just gets it out of there to Miskey. Now Cliver goes back inside to Rake. Going to try to back it down. Not a whole lot there. Kicks it out. Cliver pumps the 3, doesn't take it. Dribbling with his left hand all the way to the baseline. Fall away with 5 on the shot clock. Clips the front of the rim. Rake gets in there. Oh boy, that looked like a foul on Rake over the back, but instead the ball knocked out of bounds. They briefly signaled this was going to be Alma ball, then I believe have changed their mind.
I think they're going to say off Mononglo.
Yep, you're right. They're going to
moving backwards.
Rake spiked it off of him. I thought Rake had him hooked, frankly. But Alma keeps this one, a reset of the shot clock to 20 off the initial miss. Miskey, 3-point look from the right side, no.
Short, just barely.
Yep. Bowman with the rebound for Trine. His 3rd board of the game, but remember, Alma has held him to just 5 points. Bowman looks inside. Mononglo flashes up top. Get it to him. Now go right to the invisible man. And Trine with a couple of errant passes
Both of those were not pretty. Second one worse than the first. First one, I at least knew where it was going.
Yes, you could identify the intended receiver. That one was intentional grounding.
Yeah, flag.
Miskey off the dribble for Alma to Bargesser in the left corner. Comes out, nice crossover, frees himself open for a 3-point look, but it won't go. Rake up high for the rebound, going to try to put it back, spins right, and it misses. Might have been hooked a little bit on that one on the wrist. Bargesser tries to save the rebound, but throws it right into the hands of Warzeka. Warzeka to Williams. And right back to Warzeka. Now Williams, deep 3-point look, made 2 in the first half. What a... Williams on low volume, 11 points. 4 of 5 from the floor and 3 of 4 from 3-point range. Trine by 5, 36-31 on the first basket of the second half. Bargesser still struggling to find his shot. 1 of 7 now. Geller for the Thunder to Williams. Pump fake, drives in, stops at the second hash mark. Now over to Mononglo on the left, back up to Warzeka. 17:30 to play, second half, 36-31. Trine was a 2-point game at the break. Warzeka drives in, and the Scots swallow him, but too much contact, and Aiden Warzeka going to shoot a couple.
Good take by Warzeka. Miskey got him.
And you look at Trine from 3-point range in this game, Jeff. Bryce Williams 3 for 4. The rest of the team 0 for 4.
Now Williams has been just really good. Very smooth shooter.
Came into today 54 of 135 from 3 on the year. As Warzeka heads to the line where he's 2 for 2 already and now making 3 for 3. It's a 6-point Trine lead. Alma does not want to sleepwalk here for long to start the half and suddenly find themselves in a big hole. Trine not the type of team you're looking to make a big comeback against. They don't allow a whole bunch of points. Better to stay close, which is true against all teams, I realize, but perhaps even more so against Trine. Warzeka makes both free throws. And the lead now 7. 38-31 is Moore Pierce dribbles past a couple of Thunder players and then gets all the way to the baseline and onto the baseline before he slings it back out to Cliver, and Alma turns it over for the 16th time today.
Well, they'd been flirting with that all game long.
A lot of drive and dish from Alma, but you're right that Trine forces you into uncomfortable spots, and that's what this Trine team does, allowing under 60 points per game. That's just very, very rare.
Oh, it is.
In college basketball. High school is one thing where it's only a 32-minute game, but inside here, Monongahela blocked by Rake. What a foul, but a miss from Warzeka, who
Scots
came out
can't
of
get a
nowhere.
block out, though.
And now Warzeka keeps this one alive as well. Williams, deep three-point look. A rare miss from him, now just 3 for 5. And Whiteside finally clears out for Alma. Up to more Pierce inside. Rake wide open, and the baby hook is good.
Made that more difficult than it needed to be, probably.
I have to agree with you on that, but Rake has his first 2 of the game, and Alma has their first points of the second half, 38-33. Nick Bowman against Whiteside, tries to dribble in, good help from Rake, and slides underneath him. That's good body control from Bowman to get Rake up in the air and then go underneath him. 40-33, long cross-court pass over to Whiteside. Now up top, and a look from 3, and Cliver from deep is good off the Whiteside assist.
Scots within 4.
One thing we talked about earlier, Jeff, was Trine's assist numbers. Only 1 assist in the game for the Thunder.
That's
for
incredible.
A team that normally sets up half their baskets off of passes. Driving in, Williams has to kick it across to Warzeka. Over now to Bowman, and a pass inside, and a foul on the floor against Williamson.
Scots have got 10 assists.
Yeah, very much a reverse of what the stats would have predicted.
Yeah.
Trine averaging almost 14 a game. The Scots about 11. Foul on Williamson is his first, a baseline inbound for Bowman and Trine. Goes to Hayden Jones with that. Now they'll swing it over. Connor Jones bounces it inside to Brett Cox. Will fall away, no good. Cox gets his own rebound. That won't fall either. And a who's taller battle. Eventually Rake's fingers poke the ball away, but stolen by Williams on an outlet pass. 3-on-3, more Pierce to steal the other direction. 1-on-1 against Hayden Jones, and Jones swallows him up, and a jump ball call? That's a great...
No, not a jump ball, not a jump ball. A high block.
I got it, okay. Yeah. Open hands from the official there. I thought they were gonna say shared possession, and it nearly was, as Jones just kind of swallowed up more Pierce. Nothing wrong with Jones just giving a foul there and making more Pierce earn it at the line. If he'd have gotten a jump ball out of that, that would have been the defensive play of the year.
Yes, it would have been.
More Pierce makes the first. 68% foul shooter. Nursing program participant here in his sophomore year at Alma. And he makes both and then heads, oh, no, not to the bench. The late sub is actually for Cliver as Diamond comes in. Ryan Clark from the sideline imploring his team to talk to each other, chatter and get themselves into the right spot. Trine gets it inside, and a hard foul from Diamond.
They did not get themselves into the right spot.
Jones is the one who paid the price for that, and he actually hits the floor hard, still down, being helped up by a couple of teammates. Diamond got over late and did what he could. But the Scots definitely lost track of Connor Jones.
Well, Diamond did exactly what he should have done there with a hard foul.
Jones just over 4 points per game on the season. Started most of the early games in the season and then returned to the starting lineup a few games ago as he makes the first. Only played 3 minutes in the game between these teams down in Angola, and you see Jones trying to stretch himself out, both his low back and right leg after that hard fall. And the second free throw a little long, and rebound grabbed by Williamson, who's just going to take it himself after Hayden Jones puts all the pressure on Moore Pierce. Big smile there.
Yeah, I think after a minute eventually said, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, Williamson remembers that he knows how to dribble himself. I'll just do this. Bordeaux for Alma. They trail 41-38, and a whistle down underneath. And it's going to go on Connor Jones. It's his third. 3 team fouls for both squads. A 3-point Trine lead, 15 minutes to play in the second half. Diamond wide open for 3, almost as open as he was on Wednesday night, and the result's the same. 6 for Diamond. We're tied at 41. Hayden Jones. Williams wants a quick
every
answer.
Time.
Comes up short out of the corner. Scott's dodged one there. You cannot leave Bryce Williams
No,
that open.
He was wide open.
And Moore Pierce has his pocket picked, but Rake gets to the ball first after it comes loose. Alma gives it to Bordeaux. Bounced into the corner. Diamond with a look towards the basket, drives baseline, brings the defense in, and kicks it across to Williamson. Now cross-court Rake. Up top. Bordeaux wanted a screen. 5 on the shot clock. Now he'll take the shot. And off to the right. Bordeaux doesn't fire from downtown too often, but did hit one on Wednesday. Trine wants a timeout. We're tied at 41, 14-16 to play. We'll be back. (41-41). Jeff showing off his dance moves back here at the broadcast.
I got
table.
it all.
Spin those cameras around. I don't know.
We would lose all the viewers immediately.
Can we please go to the audio broadcast? 41 apiece between Alma and Trine. Trine led 33-31 at the half, but Alma hanging tough here. Alma clamping down on the turnovers. Just 2 here in the second half after 15 in the first half. That's been a big part of the difference. Trine basketball. Aiden Warzeka drives in, gets past Diamond, a nice layup for Warzeka, and he's into double figures along with Williams. Pair of players across the 10-point barrier for the Thunder. Diamond, who just hit the 3 for Alma. Looking inside for Poling, who's taken Rake's place. Now to Cole Miskey, the freshman. Scoops it to Diamond. Diamond looping to his left to Bordeaux. Splits 2 defenders. Jump stop, looking and driving was Poling, but they couldn't get it to him as he had to put the brakes on. Otherwise, he was going to run over Hayden Jones. And the ball thrown out of bounds to Trine. Trine won the women's game earlier. Put 83 points on the board in that one. And now the men up 2 on Alma, 43-41. But remember, this is a Trine unit with basically everybody back from a squad that went 17-1 last year. Inside feed, Geller gets the ball caught on the bottom of the rim going up, but the officials say he was fouled. Poling picks up this call. I didn't see a ton of contact on that, but on the other hand, it seems somewhat unlikely that Mitchell Geller would just shoot that into the side of the rim without a little bit of help.
You'd have to assume.
Geller scoreless so far, averages 9 a game. Shots have been effective against him defensively. And not going to find his first one yet. Only scored 4 against the Scots in his first game. Went to Anderson back in his freshman year, then joined the Thunder. Geller takes his time from the line, now fires and connects. Trine by 3, 44-41, and they're going to bring a little bit of pressure against the Scots. Remember, Alma turned it over 15 times in the first half. The press quickly retreats. Miskey to Bargesser and into the corner to Bordeaux. Drives into the double team along the baseline, out in a lot of trouble. Finds assistance from Poling. Now out to Miskey, drives in, collides with Warzeka. It's the call here. It could be a travel or a
Traveling. And it's the correct call.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That just it was a bit of a runaway train drive. Alma brings Whiteside and Rake back in, trailing by 3. 13 minutes to go in this one. Kicked ball knocked away by Cliver. Trine goes home to take on Hope next Wednesday at 7:30. Scots head to Calvin. Never easy to go play over at Van Nord.
No.
The Scots a much stronger team than they were when they played Calvin the first time and dropped a decision by 36 points. It's going to be a different game on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Calvin having a nice season, 13-6, 6-2 in the MIAA, half a game ahead of Trine coming in today. Trine with the basketball, leading by 3. Bowman passes the ball down low, now over to Warzeka and Williams. Cuts across the lane, Bowman gets it back, misses off the window. Bargesser pulls it down for Alma. Outlet awkwardly to Miskey, who just keeps his pivot foot down, I guess, after colliding with Hayden Jones. Bounces it inside to Rake. Gonna work against the block expert Mononglo. Kick it out. Cliver for 3, falling away. Very good at that shot. It won't go. Rake gets the rebound and Mononglo blocks
Mononglo from nowhere.
Rake did not see that one
No,
coming.
he didn't.
Jones
That's
inside.
Mononglo.
Yep, it is. Mononglo with an offensive foul, trying to open up some space, and Bargesser staying right with him defensively. Look at Bargesser. He is exhausted.
Oh, yeah. He gives a thumbs up over to the bench,
Oh,
though.
I'm good. No, I'm fine.
I got no issues here.
Nothing to see here, Coach. Mononglo briefly stayed in with the 3 fouls, but now they will pull him out and bring Geller back. Geller, Connor Jones, Williams, Hayden Jones, and Bowman, the 5 for Trine. Moore, Pierce, Bargesser, Cliver, Rake, and Whiteside for Ryan Clark and the Alma Scots, trailing by 3 with 12:15 to play. Bargesser up and over. Got his feet the wrong way. Would have wanted to shoot it otherwise, and Jones knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, he would have just shot, but he couldn't move his foot to get set or anywhere near set.
Yeah, I don't think he could elevate without taking one more step. Alma has 16 on the shot clock as they get it into Rake. He hands to Moore Pierce, who looks at the shot clock at the other end to figure out where everything stands. Tries to cross it over, dribbles it right off Geller's shoe, gets it back, drops to Whiteside, holds himself in the air and lays it in.
Beautiful play by Brandon Whiteside.
First points of the game for Whiteside. Alma would really use to heat him up, averaging 9 a game over his last 6. Bounce entry pass.
Another
Whiteside,
beautiful
wow.
play.
Talk about knocking the ball loose. Whiteside reached around in the paint and knocked it all the way to half court out of bounds.
Yeah, all the way to the scorer's table.
That is some zip on it. Plenty of time for Trine as they reset the possession. 17 on the shot clock. Geller finds Williams in the corner, tries to feed it baseline to Bowman. The ball knocked away. Bowman laid off, but they're going to say last touched by him. The Scots go to Williamson. Bowman played his high school ball in Fishers, Indiana, but his family has a house in the Angola area. That's kind of how they discovered Trine. Played with a number of D1 and D2 players on his high school team, so used to playing against really good competition, and that's what led to his eventual first-team All-America status last year. His team up 1, Alma with it, though, trying to answer, down 44-43. Cole Cliver to his left, slings it back out. Scott's moving the ball quickly, now down low to Rake against those long arms of Mononglo, tries to bounce it out, and it's stolen by Connor Jones. He's back 1-on-2, saying, somebody help me, he's just gonna do it himself, and what a job!
That was
it
beautiful.
Up over the top, was looking for a trailer, nobody materialized, and he did it all himself. Cliver for the Scots to the baseline, couldn't get the shot off, finds Williamson, hands it back. Williamson then sets a huge screen on Jones. Jones has been the receiving end of some big collisions tonight, and Williamson traveled with it, or sorry, Whiteside traveled with it, trying to kick it out down the lane. The rapid-fire Trine substitutions continue. Grant Paul in, Geller back in again. He's been in and out multiple times. Down through the lane. Bowman across. Back out to Bowman now. Trine continues to move the ball around against the Scots defense. Moore Pierce reaches around and tries that same sort of ball punch, but gets a little too much of Warzeka and not enough of the ball, and called for the foul. Third on Moore Pierce, 5th Alma foul of the second half with 10:37 to play. Trine 46, Alma 43. Paul to Bryce Williams. Now inside to Geller off a Warzeka feed, tries to go to his right side. Layup comes up short, Moore Pierce the rebound, and that one's knocked out of bounds. Oh, Trine tried to sell that one, but Bowman touched it last.
The Trine pressure is just relentless.
Yeah, 6 Alma turnovers now in the second half. Not quite the same pace as the first, but 21 already for the game. And Bowman not even allowing a simple baseline inbound 80 feet from the basket, knocks that out of bounds, making Alma work for everything. Williamson has to lob it over the top to get it to Cliver. The Thunder do allow Cliver then to jog it into the front court. Feeds Whiteside in the corner, dribbles past Williams, who kind of holds on to him, and drops it back through Cliver to Rake, and now to Moore Pierce. Moore Pierce cross court, tipped up high. Williamson gets it. Now to Moore Pierce, lob it underneath. Too far for Rake and out of bounds, and it's turnover number 22.
Too far for anyone.
Yes, fair point. To put Kareem down there, and
it would have been too far.
He wasn't going to catch it either. foul on, no, a timeout called. A little bit of a shoulder check from Moore Pierce, but not a foul, just a Brooks Miller timeout for Trine. They lead by 3, 46-43. We'll be back. Trine by 3, 43-46. The glue has stuck the scoreboard once again.
Yeah, it has.
After we got to this 46-43 number, we had a number of periods like that in the first half, followed by a flurry in the final couple minutes to get to 33-31. Alma has been as close as tied, but has not taken the lead, I don't think. Have they in the second half?
No, they have not.
Just a tie, right? Yeah, 41 apiece. Trine by 3 at the moment with the ball. Williams rifles it underneath, and it goes right through the fingertips of Bowman. Both teams having some turnover struggles here. That's number 12 for Trine. Williamson to Cliver. Trine averaging about 13 turnovers a game. Alma 16 and a half. Looks like both teams will eclipse those numbers before this is all said and done. Around the perimeter, and now just thrown away right into the hands of Bowman. His turnover 23 for Alma. 9:31 to play, still a lot of basketball here. Trine by 3. Bowman from the top of the key, one bounce. Now over to Mononglo. And Warzeka spinning in against Cliver. Entry pass to Mononglo, elevates, shoots it over the top of Rake, misses off the back of the rim. Nice rebound by Brandon, who pulls that down before it can get out into Mononglo's hands. Rake with his 10th rebound of the game, I think. At least 9. We'll double check those stats in a moment. Driving in Moore Pierce. Floater along the baseline, and he heats back up. 12 now for Moore Pierce.
This game to me, for some reason, feels like it's about Trine by 15, and it's really Trine by 1.
Yeah, no, that's very true. And inside, Bowman gets tied up, and a jump ball call. Bowman wanted a foul there, and he's not going to get it. He won't even have the basketball when this is done. Possession arrow to Alma. And Bowman to the bench for a quick breather, a couple of taps on the back from his teammates, but Alma's managing to frustrate the MIAA player.
They're doing well,
here.
doing very well. He's only been to the line once.
He's indeed 2 points, 10 rebounds for Brandon Rake in this one. Isaiah Williamson passes up an open 3, dribbles in, going to try to back it down against Connor Jones, and gets a foul call first. Not a shooting situation. But if it's Jones, I was just going to say that's his 4th.
That was not a lot of contact.
No. I would agree with you there. I think Jones might have raised the eyebrows correctly that time. Trine's bench is deep enough that since the foul trouble on Jones,
both teams are cycling players in now.
Foul trouble is basically restricted to Jones and Mononglo. So not a huge issue for Brooks Miller. Moore Pierce looking to get it in, goes to Williamson, knocked out of his hands by Bowman. He keeps it alive, feeds it inside. Oh boy, Diamond had it rejected by Mononglo, and it sets off Hayden Jones on a fast break the other way, but he misses the layup, and Poland gets the rebound for Alma. Trine fans wanted a foul there. Alma off to the races. Bordeaux gets around Hayden Jones all the way to the baseline, slings it out. Diamond, quick trigger 3, got it. 9 for Diamond. And Alma by 2, 48-46, their first lead of the half. Could they knock off a team that was ranked number 2 in the country last year for the second time this year? Inside Mononglo on a little give and go, and it's a dunk to tie the game.
He didn't miss that dunk.
Nope. This Trine team, I had in my notes, dunks a lot. And that's their second on 3 tries today, as Bowman had one earlier. Diamond out top to Williamson. Bordeaux has to make a leaping catch along the sideline. Bowman tries to squeeze him onto the sideline, but a little too aggressive and called for a foul. It's not a big concern, it's only a second, but it is the 6th Trine team foul. And, you know, Alma as a free throw shooting team, only okay, 62%, but they have certain really good foul shooters, namely Cliver at nearly 92%.
Yes.
And Trine does not want to end up in a game where they are repeatedly sending Cliver to the line. That was part of Hope's problem. Cliver got 7 freebies on 7 trips on Wednesday, as Alma almost came back to knock off the Dutchman. 48 all, 7:35 to play here on a Saturday afternoon. Cole Cliver for Alma against Nick Bowman, pulling with a little bit of a screen. And Cliver has his pass tipped up and stolen by Bowman. 4 on 3 if Trine wants it. Bowman will take it all the way. Doesn't get the bucket, but Cliver commits the foul.
Just his 2nd trip to the foul line here this afternoon.
Trine with 23 points off of Alma's 24 turnovers, plus anything that Bowman comes away with here on this trip. And Bowman good on the front end. Great story about Bowman. He was a basketball player, played AAU, all of that type of stuff in high school. Finished up his senior season of basketball, didn't have AAU, and said, I'm gonna join the track team. He and three buddies who also had never run track formed a relay team in the 4x4 and went to state. Tells you what kind of an athlete.
You can see the athleticism out there.
It's not surprising, but just what a fun story. You're like, I need something to do. I'm going to join the track team. 1 for 2 at the line as Bowman misses the back end. Alma down 1, 49-48, 7 minutes to play. Cliver trapped along the sideline. Boy, Trine does this, and he just tries to pass it out of there. It doesn't get it out. Hayden Jones with a steal, turnover number 25. Williams, quick trigger 3 at the other end, and that's good. Boy, you're just playing with fire anytime that Bryce Williams gets that three-pointer up. And after Alma took a 48-46 lead, Trine runs off 6 in a hurry. Ryan Clark wants a full timeout to chat with his team. Still 6:41 to play. Don't go anywhere. Trine 52, Alma 48 coming out of the Alma timeout. Alma had briefly taken the lead, 48-46 on the diamond triple. Trine comes back with 6 in a row. We'll see what Alma dials up here. Trine again with the defense. They've forced 10 second half turnovers and 25 overall in the game. Bordeaux to the baseline, and another loose ball stolen by Mononglo. There's number 26. Alma
Too many.
Cannot keep the ball away from the Trine defenders. Jones to Jones and now to Warzeka. As Trine looks to push this advantage out a little bit. Trine came from behind against Albion in their previous game. Bowman had a stretch where he scored 10 of 12. Warzeka drives baseline, puts the brakes on, and Diamond just runs him over. Did not see the brake lights. Stays put to help Warzeka up. And that will be a 1-and-1 situation. Warzeka 4 for 4 at the line, 10 points, 9 boards. Really nice game for Warzeka. He picked up Conference Player of the Week honors earlier in the season, but misses the front end here. So Alma dodges one on that possession. Continues to trail just by 4. Rake on the bench, but preparing to check back in. Already with double-digit rebounds. Xavier Vargas, a nice crossover, heads towards the basket, realizes Monongolo's there, was going to pass up the shot, then just pulled it back, tried anyway, and made it. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened.
I think so,
oh,
too.
no, him. Conference leading shot blocker who has been a menace to the Scots shooters, but Vargasser got up over the top. Bowman drives at the Trine end, reverse layup, comes up short. Alma continues to frustrate Nick Bowman offensively. Diamond underneath, just a hair late. Great defensive recovery by Monongolo to take that pass away and knock it out of bounds.
I think Poling wanted Diamond to put it up near the rim. Knowing that Monongolo was coming, Diamond tried to just fire it in chest level.
Just a moment of indecision. And that gave Monongolo time to get back. Scott's within 2, 52-50. Vargasser trying to get it in. Going to have to throw real deep. This could be trouble.
That's a push. That's got to be an intentional foul.
You know, let's see. They will call a foul. The trail official calls a foul on Bowman. Basically what happened,
he shoved him.
We had a deep lob over the top. Cliver and Bowman both went back for it. Cliver fell down after contact from Bowman. The near official called nothing. The trail official blows the whistle. Going to just be a common foul on Bowman. But that'll be 1-1 for Cliver, and this is kind of the situation we talked about, that Trine, of all people, doesn't really want number 23 at the line, where he is 44 of 48 on the year.
Well, I'd like to know what game the near official was watching to not blow the whistle.
Unless he just thought their feet got tangled or something. I don't know.
I saw the arms. That's what I was watching.
Cliver good from the line. 12 points today, 22 on Wednesday against Hope in the loss. Williams back for Trine.
I don't know if I'd bring Monongolo out. He's been phenomenal.
He may just need a breather. I don't have his minutes numbers, but he's only started twice this year, so not huge minutes like somebody like Bowman generates.
No, but he has been impressive.
Sure has. Cliver ties the game with a second free throw, 52 apiece, 5 minutes and change to go. Hayden Jones, bounce pass inside, fall away in the lane. Nice hit from Brent Cox. Cox with 7, his first bucket of the second half for the junior. Alma against a full court press now. Bordeaux will bring it up. Crosses over under some pressure from Bowman, scoops it out to Vargasser. Vargasser dribbles to his right through a defensive switch. Now to Cliver, quick pass over to Diamond. Diamond steps right, open three, a little off to the right. Had a lot of air under that, but it bounces off long into the hands of Vargasser. Tries to bounce it to Rake, scoops it on the floor. Did he call timeout, or the bench did? Somebody did.
Very nice.
Alma's going to keep this one with 4:43 to play. They're down by 2. They'll have the ball when we come back. Trine 54, Alma 52. We've talked, Jeff, about how Alma's had a lot of these close games where they just haven't been able to get over the hump. The one time that they did was against Trine down there in Angola a couple of weeks ago, 57-55, thanks to a split pair from Brandon Whiteside at the line at the very end. Alma down 2 in this one, and have turned the ball over 25 times, yet still find themselves very much in it. Nate Diamond off a screen, drives baseline, stepped on the baseline. And that's happened to Alma a couple of times. He was trying to walk the tightrope, you could see it, but need narrower shoes.
I guess so.
Trine down by 2, shooting 40% on the game. Bryce Williams over in front of their bench. They swing it right over to Bowman. Down low, Williams. Kick back out through Cox to Bowman. Drop to Williams, three-point. Boy, he triggers it in a hurry. Maybe too fast that time, though, as it's way short off the front of the rim. Long rebound comes out, kept alive by Warzeka and Trine. Bowman to his left, spinning right. Rake just swallows it up, but gets a little too much of the wrist. That's good work by Bowman, who recognized that Rake kind of had the ball, but if he just kept fighting it up, Rake's hand might slip off and draw some contact.
Yeah, he could have given up on that at some point, and it would have been a clean block, but he just kept with it, like you said. That's a smart play.
It's Rake's third. Bowman with a chance to get to double digits. He's been over the 20-point mark in 10 games this year, and double digits every time. Needs both free throws, has the first. Nonetheless, pretty much regardless of what happens in the final 4 minutes, Alma's going to be pleased with what they did in the first 36 defensively against Nick Bowman. He does make both. Trying back to a 4-point edge, 56-52. Bordeaux, who really has had his ball handling put to the test and has done well tonight, and now gets the foul in the backcourt, and that's 4 on Bowman. And that's a little different now. That's going to force Nick Bowman to slow down. Warzeka gives him a high five. Bordeaux will go to the line. Shoot 1 and 1 here. Has struggled, just 2 for 9 at the line on the season. But remember, his best game of the year was the Trine win with 11 points. First one just off the front of the rim and bounces away to the left. Trine gets the rebound courtesy of Warzeka. Warzeka up top, dribbles and scoops to Jones. Now off to Bowman, looking underneath, bites his lip, and leaves it for Williams. Rifle down low. Cox, turnaround jumper, gets the roll again. Same play he scored on a few moments ago. All 4 of his second half points coming from that same spot right in the middle of the lane, Trine by 6.
It's good defense, too.
Yeah, can't fault Rake on that. He did everything he could without fouling. Cliver dribbles into the corner in a trap. This has been trouble so far, and Alma uses the timeout this time to get him out of there. Ryan Clark wants to talk about something else with the officials, but leaves that point to go so we can chat in the huddle. And it is a full timeout, so we'll pause as well. 58-52, we'll be right back. Trine has quietly pulled out to a 6-point lead. It's kind of interesting, Jeff. You talked about how earlier in the game it felt like Trine was winning by 15 and it was a 1-point game. After Alma got back, took the lead, it feels like things have not really been that tilted, but Trine has quietly snuck away here to a 6-point advantage, and Alma needs an answer with 3:24 to go.
Yeah, big possession right here, 17 on the shot clock. They need a bucket.
Bargesser needs to get it in, first of all, deep into the count, and he'll just throw over the top, let Whiteside run it down at the opposing free throw line. That does not reset the shot clock, though, so they got to keep moving. 10 seconds on it as Rake passes right. Whiteside catches Bowman over, committing, drives in, misses the layup, though, and Mononglo gets it away from Bargesser, who then fouls.
Whiteside's got to finish that one.
Missed opportunity on the beautiful drive, catching Bowman over, committing. I tell you what, Bowman has not turned down the intensity despite having 4 fouls, though. Mononglo at the line, where he is 1 of 2 so far tonight. 9 points, a rebound. I don't have his block numbers, but there are 3 of them, I think, because I think he has all of Trine's blocks. First one long and right, and rebounded by Bargesser, so Alma's going to get another crack at this. 58-52, 3:05 to play. Bargesser overhands it to Whiteside, now to Rake way up top. The big man, a couple of dribbles. Nice backdoor cut, Bargesser, and a defensive stop from Hayden Jones coming off the weak side to alter the Bargesser shot. Rebound Trine, and a timeout called by the Trine bench.
Trying to call timeout for quite a while there.
Get it in the front court with 2:49 to play, 58-52. And boy, Alma's had a couple of great opportunities. The first one, Whiteside missed. The second one, Hayden Jones made a terrific defensive play. Jones has been such a find for Trine as a freshman, averaging 22.5 minutes a game. And when you talk about the way that Trine moves that personnel, that's an accomplishment as a freshman to get those kinds of minutes.
Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment, no doubt. And, you know, the Thunder just kind of piecing it together wherever they can. And it's been a good effort this afternoon.
Jones also listed as a quarterback on the Trine football roster. Of course, think no further than Marcus Winters, who was the defensive player of the year in the MIAA, in basketball, and then in football. That's just unbelievable. He also became the world's best three-point shooter anytime he played against Alma.
Yeah, I noticed
that. Had a couple of tremendous games against the Scots. 58-52, Trine with the ball and the lead, 2:43 to play. And a clean steal by Bordeaux out at half court. What a job to reach in front of Warzeka. Then everybody sags defensively. Bordeaux drives in and lays it in.
Everybody left him. Miscommunication from the Thunder.
I think they thought he had picked up his dribble or was about to do so. He never did, and he turns it into two. Outside Bowman at the Trine end, now to Hayden Jones. Through Brent Cox, over to Warzeka, who loses it between his legs. Great job to pull that down before it went out of bounds. Now it goes inside to Bowman. Cliver defends, partially blocks the shot, and Rake gets the rebound. Alma down 4, they can cut it further with 2:10 to play. Bordeaux off the left, this time Cox not making the mistake, stays in front. Bordeaux has to drop it off along the baseline, but Rake's the trailer, and he's got it for 2. Cox stayed there for a while, but Bordeaux actually stayed after that and got past him. Quick 4-0 mini run for Alma, and it's 58-56. And Brooks Miller wants to chat some more. Trine's going to stop this for a full. We'll take one more break. Alma within 2 with 1:48 to play. We'll be back. Trine 58, Alma 56. A little under 2 minutes to play in this one in the second half. 9 Alma team fouls, 8 on Trine. That means Alma could have one more 1-and-1 situation. And Alma's going to go, let's see. I saw Poland go to the scorer's table and check in. There is confusion. And Alma's got 6 on the floor right now. And it is Rake who will come out. He will go right back to the scorer's table to check in at the next stoppage. So this is basically offense for defense. And they want to avoid a 4th foul on Rake. Warzeka for Trine to Bowman. Over to Williams. And back up top through Hayden Jones. Now Bowman, 1-on-1 against Bordeaux. Monongolo flashes to the top. 5 on the shot clock. Jones going to try to drive in. And Cliver shields him off, forces a short-armed layup, and Bargesser gets the rebound. Scots with a chance to tie or take the lead. Over to Whiteside, a quick little jab step. Swung back through Bargesser and now to Bordeaux. Bordeaux dribbling to the left baseline. He's been instrumental in the last 2 buckets. Polling a 3-point try from the top of the key. Would have been his first make of the year, and he almost had it. Bowman gets the rebound. And Trine gets a chance to bleed some clock, up by 2 with 1:05 to play. Warzeka to Williams, now to Bowman. All the way back around to the right into the hands of Jones. Now Williams up top, shot clock at 10. Borzeka to his right. Game clock 51. They get it in the hands of Bowman, which is where they want it. Dribbles to his right. Poling off a defensive switch. Bowman has to elevate. Extra pass. Mononglo tries and just gets it off before the shot clock gets fouled. He'll head to the line where he has struggled a little bit tonight. But it looked like Trine was on its way to an empty possession.
Yes,
and they're going to get foul shots out of it. Third foul on Poling, which is why he was in there, to make sure that that foul didn't land on Rake. Mononglo 1 for 3 at the line. Banked in the one that he made, but this one is perfect. 10 now, 59-56, 43 seconds to play. Rake returns for Alma. Shouldn't overlook the rebounding contributions of Bargesser, Jeff. 10 now for him to go with Rake's 11. Mononglo's second. Long, high bounce and Whiteside there for Alma. They're down by 3. They'll have a chance. 41 seconds to play. Whiteside gonna hustle all the way down the lane, and Mononglo reaches across to block it and then runs down the rebound.
That's fabulous.
Yep,
oh, my.
Travel on Bowman. A little confusion trying to scoop the ball up, and Alma gets it back, but you are right. Mononglo, those long arms just came across.
He's an incredible shot blocker.
Took away what looked like the classic easy 2 in that situation.
There's no easy 2 when he's down there.
Let's see, Alma, they're trying to figure out whether Alma gets a full shot clock reset here. Alma, of course, doesn't care. They don't want to use all of it regardless of what they've got. 32.2 to play, 3-point Trine lead, foul on Geller, pushing Bargesser onto the sideline, and Xavier Bargesser, an 80% foul shooter, heads to the line for the last 1-and-1 of the night.
Scots will take freebies from the line if they can get them here. Big front end of the 1-and-1 for Bargesser.
He has not been to the stripe tonight. 10 points or more in 5 of the last 7 for Bargesser, although he was quiet against Hope, did not score, just had 2 rebounds on Wednesday night. 4 points tonight on 2 of 9 shooting. Now a crucial front end that he misses. High rebound, and Bowman goes up high and gets it. Rake will have to give his 4th to stop the clock. And Alma sends the 78.5% free throw shooter Nick Bowman to the line, where he is 4 of 5 tonight. Alma trails by 3. Trine's lead is 3. They've got 2 at the line here for Bowman, and the first is good. And if Trine comes out of here with the win, remember that Mononglo block. Even though Alma did get the ball back after that, that was going to be an easy 2 in a 1-point game. Instead, Bowman now has a chance to make it a 5-point advantage. Shot up, shot good. And the whistle. Trine's going to spend another timeout. I think. Did Trine take that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there. So both teams have 1 timeout remaining. Trine with a 5-point edge. Alma can theoretically take a 2, but I think they probably look for a 3 here. Just otherwise, you're 1 free throw away from being right back in the same situation.
Yeah, I think you're right. You've got to find yourself an open look. It's probably got to be Cliver. I don't think Diamond's on the floor. I didn't see if he checked in or not. It would make sense if he did.
Yeah, I would think that if you're Alma, you look for either an open look or a Cliver look.
Yeah.
Because not all Cliver looks are open.
No.
But they don't always have to be.
No, they certainly don't.
Cliver on the night, 13 points, 3 of 6 from long range.
Well,
Scots overall on the night have fired pretty well, 8 of 21 from the outside, 38%, 27 Alma turnovers, but that has calmed in the final 5 minutes. But nonetheless, 27
starting to look like it could be another close home game that does not go their way.
Has certainly been the story here. They won their home opener against Bluffton, have not won here since. The only other victory by 2 down at Trine, and the Thunder now trying to return the favor. Alma's got to go the length of the floor. Cliver, Whiteside, Bordeaux, Rake, and Bargesser, the 5 for Alma, and Trine's going to press. Cliver fights his way through it. Trine retreats, Let's see if Cliver just looks to pop one here. Rake tries to set a high screen. Cliver going to accelerate towards the basket. Now Trike's about a 9-footer. No good. Rake gets the rebound, kicks it out. Bordeaux thought about a long three, tries a slightly closer three, short off the front of the rim. Mononglo grabs that one. Alma fouls, but the clock has run down substantially to 11.9 as Mononglo will stroll to the other end to shoot a pair.
Bordeaux got a good look off the offensive rebound. Scots just couldn't get the shots to fall when they needed them too late here.
Absolutely. Bordeaux, a 31.5% three-point shooter. And just as you said, had a good look at it. So Mononglo to the line with 10 on the game. But more importantly, 4 big blocks. And no good on that one. Gives Alma still a little bit of hope, but they've got to get it up and hit a three quickly. Alma does have a timeout left if they need it. Mononglo to try to make the lead 6. He does. 11 now for Emmanuel Mononglo. Cliver pushes it up the floor. Just going to pop it in transition, leans. We've seen him make that so many times. Rebound Whiteside, try to kick it out. It's tipped away, and it'll be one more Alma turnover. And Hayden Jones will dribble it out, and Trine escapes 62-56. Another great fight from the Alma Scots. Trine just a little too much, but Alma takes another league leader all the way to the end.